Mastering irregular verbs, tips and techniques. Hello there, language learners. Today, we're going to tackle an essential, but sometimes challenging aspect of English grammar, irregular verbs. Don't worry, by the end of this video, you'll have a clear understanding of these tricky verbs and some effective strategies to remember them. Before we jump into the tips and techniques, let's quickly revise what irregular verbs are. Unlike regular verbs, which follow a consistent rule in their past tense and past participle forms, irregular verbs do not follow a consistent pattern. They change their forms in unpredictable ways. For instance, go becomes went, not goed. The first strategy we'll look at is chunking. This involves breaking down the long list of irregular verbs into smaller, more manageable chunks or groups. This could be based on their similarities in changes. For instance, ring, sing, and bring all change to rang, sang, and brought. Grouping similar verbs together can make them easier to remember. Flashcards are an excellent tool for memorizing irregular verbs. Write the base form of the verb on one side of the card, and the past tense and past participle forms on the other. Shuffle the cards and practice until you can correctly guess the other side. This active recall helps strengthen your memory. Learning in context is one of the most effective ways to remember irregular verbs. Try to use each verb in a sentence or even a short story. This not only helps you remember the verb forms but also enhances your understanding of their usage. And the last but certainly not the least, practice, practice, practice. The more you use these verbs, the easier it will become to remember their different forms. Make it a point to regularly practice and revise these verbs. That wraps up our session on mastering irregular verbs. Remember, it's not about how quickly you can memorize them, but how well you understand and use them. Keep practicing, and soon, these tricky irregular verbs will feel just as natural as the regular ones. Until next time, happy learning!